As more and more people are working from home, you need to have the infrastructure available for everyone to be able to do that. And in order to know what you need to work from home or what you need in this changing climate, honestly, the best way to do it is to first have everything documented. So no matter what your role in a company is, you will need to know what is your new process, and you'll need to have access to all the information to support your job. It's lucky that so many of us can work from home, but the main thing is that you need to know what you need to get your work done. So that's where Erwin comes in. We are here to help you make that transition easier. And the way we can help by giving you a place where you can document that information and have access to all the content you need to familiarize yourself with your processes, with knowing what systems are out there, with knowing what is the business continuity plan going forward. And as things change, this is a great way to have one place where you keep track of all that information so that all your employees are familiar with the business continuity plan and what is the process going forward. So I wanted to just take a few moments to show you what is helpful in this kind of situation. Of course, depending on your role, you might have different content that you would need to see, and Urban Evolve makes that really easy to do by allowing you to have content available for different roles. For instance, if you are, first of all, interested in knowing what is your organizational structure look like, you can come into your organization chart. From the organization chart, you can begin to see information, right? And here we have the CEO at the top. We have this little corporation in the middle. This actually shows me the org chart structure for this organization. And from here, I can drill down into different things like what are my applications, what are my projects, what are my technologies. So if I wanted to, for instance, find out what are my applications that are involved with this organization, with this Liberty Energy company, I can go directly in here and find out what are my applications. I can go in and see what is of interest to me. I can find out a little bit more information about each application just by going into each one. And from the application, I have the ability to see what are the details, right? So what is the status of my application? What is the business involved? What is the business impact? Things like that. Of course, one of the things that I can do is I can go into an application and I can find out a little bit more. I can actually look into my impact analysis. The impact analysis is drawn for me to find out if I were to change an application, what would be impacted. And of course, the more relationships a particular application has, the more things you can see in your model. So this particular one, Get Paid, doesn't have a lot of relationships. We can maybe see if it has any interfaces. And so we can start there, but we can find an application that actually has a lot more information by going directly into the application landscape and the application portfolio, and that's where we can get a lot more details. So for instance, I know that there is an application called the Meter Management System, and the Meter Management System allows me to specifically choose it from here, or I can go and focus on something from here. As you can see, this allows me to navigate through this list of applications. I can specifically go into something and choose it, and it will zoom in on that particular area for me, which is really helpful. So I can move around that way. In addition, I can go through my application inventory and go into, for instance, my application portfolio and say, where are all my applications? What do I have? Maybe look at my catalog of applications, and then I can find the one that I want to see. Now, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whether you are someone who is keeping track, if you are in IT and you are actually managing these applications, or you just need to find out what this meter management system has relationships with. You can actually go right in to the impact analysis, and this meter management system has lots of relationships in this model. So it's something that is involved with everyone's process, and we can actually see that this will let me see exactly all the involvements for the meter management system, right? So you can actually get quite a bit of information here just from this one view, and this is an auto-generated view. So having this content in the Erwin Evolve repository allows you to have these kind of views auto-generated. So that's really powerful, and you can begin to see what kind of things are necessary for these goals for field service workforce, for instance. And if you think about a goal of having everyone work remotely, that is something that's really important to be able to look at from this kind of perspective. So this is just one perspective. Of course, we can also look at our value chain framework. So the value chain framework may be the place where you would start to say, it's really important for me to find out what my company does, what my business does. These are really high-level bullet points everyone in the company should know. This is what we do. But from here, you can directly go into something of interest. For instance, here's a metering activity, which is about utility meters. And of course, it makes sense with the application that we were just looking at. But if we drill down on the metering process, we can actually now be able to see the processes that are involved, the applications. Once again, of course, there's the meter management system. We can see the information, the customers, and the initiatives. And anytime you wish to look into this a little bit more, we can, of course, drill down. So we can drill down on the current state meter management system, and that will allow me to see what is happening for my processes. And in addition to the processes, we can see the services involved. So as someone who is beginning to work remotely, this is something that should be understood by everyone, how the processes are done, what are the services involved, perhaps what are the organizations involved with those processes. So everything is related, and here we're just leveraging the content that's in your repository. It's probably content you have somewhere, whether it's in spreadsheets or Visios, and now you're making it available to everyone. And if this is a diagram, a view that's of interest to you, all you have to do is share it with someone. You can share by email, for instance. You can share with a role within the system and just say, this is something that's really important. Can you please review this information? I would like, your notes on this. So many different things you can do. Now, in addition to this, we can go back to the top level value chain. We can go through the metering process once again, and perhaps maybe look at a little bit of other information. One of the other things we can look at is, of course, the meter management system itself, and there's so many different things we can see here. We can see future state architecture, current state. We have the ability to look at different deployments. And so if we go into the meter management system, for instance, itself, this will give us a view of the meter management systems and the interfaces that it has with other systems. So that's what this is showing me right here. And I just want to take you back. I want to take you back to the beginning and show you one more item. So let's just go back to the home page. When we go back to the home page, this allows me to see all sorts of different things. So perhaps the strategy landscape, goals and objectives, initiative, whatever it is you need to be able to see. And this is my strategy on a page. This allows me to see all the things that are important to me. These are my core capabilities. This is my current state of my core capabilities. And perhaps as your workforce begins to work remotely, work from home, you have core capabilities. Once again, that may be a certain way now, and they're changing, and you have your objectives. You have different goals and initiatives and things to work for. And then you have your future state directions. You'll notice the colors will change, and all of that is living in the repository, and it's just visualizing the content. So as your workforce moves from current state to future state, meaning from working in an office to working remotely, with all the things that are changing in our climate, it's really important to have a grasp of all this information, the processes, the systems, technologies, and how they're all working together in a common goal. And the common goal is really to keep everybody successful. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a great day.